Okay, so this is my video about why I'm vegan. Where do I start? Basically, I went vegan. When did I go vegan? I went vegan in August, so I haven't been vegan for very long. I immediately went raw, and it wasn't for moral reasons, it was for health reasons in the beginning. Because I was in bed for like 2 weeks. I felt really sick. I went to a lot of specialists. I went to the ER once. They told me that it was all in my head, and through going to a bunch of doctors, I found out things that didn't end up really. Well, I found out that I was anemic. I had iron issues. I found out that I have an overactive thyroid, and I found out that, what else did I figure out? That I'm hypoglycemic, not hyper, but hypo. Was it hypo? I think it was hypo. Yeah, I have low blood sugar. So, basically, that is sort of what made me decide to go raw, because I see this woman. I'm not even going to bring up what she does because a lot of people probably consider it to be really odd, but I very much believe in what she does, and she originally told me to stop eating dairy and gluten, so I did, but I still didn't feel better. And we talked about the raw diet and how she was talking about how she has a lot of patients that eat raw and it works really well for them, and I was sort of considering it. And then but I never really bothered to research it. I was just sort of like, It was sort of in the back of my head, but it wasn't that important to me. I was like, oh my god, how could I ever just do that? Like, even the idea of not eating dairy and gluten was ridiculous to me, because the foods that you're allergic to, you tend to really crave. So the majority of my diet was dairy and gluten before I found out I couldn't eat dairy and gluten. So it was obviously hard for me not to eat those foods, because that was the basis of my diet. Anyway, so I went raw sort of in one day. I just really did it. After doing a ton of research for a few days straight, I literally just like research. I mean, I was in bed all day. It's all I didn't really do anything else, so I just researched for like 2 days straight. And I immediately felt better within just a few days. I did, of course, have detox symptoms. I made a video about that. But I felt really good, and I stayed raw up until around the holidays. And I did obviously stay vegan throughout the holidays, but I ate the holidays didn't make me. I made a lot of gourmet raw food during the holidays because my family was coming over and I wanted them to try raw food and I wanted them to like it, and fat makes things more palatable for people who don't eat raw. So I used a lot of fat, and it ended up making me sort of crave cooked food again, and I started to eat some cooked food, and I immediately didn't feel as good, so I recently started transitioning back into raw food. And I'm not fully raw right now. I still eat like cooked dinners, but yeah. And so after a few months of being raw, the moral part sort of came into play. I always saw humans and animals as the same thing. I thought we're the same thing. We're just in different vehicles, and we deserve to be treated with the same amount of respect. Just because some of us could talk with our mouths and we have a lot of fingers doesn't mean we're any better than a cow or a pig. So I never really lived congruently with my beliefs, which I now think is the most important thing you can do. I don't care if you're not going to change the world, you should still live up to your own standards. So I still do own leather. I own products that have been tested on animals. I will no longer be buying those things, and I haven't replaced any of it yet because I don't have the money to do that right now. I'm broke, virtually. So I can't just go out and get new shoes and stuff, because the shoes that I literally live in are leather. So I live in a pair of boots because I keep my feet safe and whatnot. I only really have 2 pairs of shoes that I really wear, and they're both leather. So, yeah. And most of my makeup products I never really thought about what they were being tested on. But next time I need makeup, I'll definitely be buying products that have been tested on animals, and I probably actually will buy way more natural products, and next time I have money for shoes, I won't be buying leather shoes. So that's sort of. None of my family is vegan, also, because a lot of people that are vegan have vegan. Well, not a lot of people don't have vegan, but some people have vegan families too, and I don't. My mom's supportive of veganism. My dad, not so much. He's nice about it, but he's not supportive. And they don't have the same beliefs as me in that human beings weren't created to eat meat. They do think that humans are created to eat meat, despite research that I've shown and whatnot. But it's fine. I think that everybody has the right to choose what they eat and what they do, and you know, we all have the freedom to do that. I just personally think that there are some better choices to make, but you know, we're all in charge of ourselves, and I'm not going to preach to anybody or tell anybody what to do because it's not really my place. So yeah, this has been my video about why I'm vegan and whatnot. I hope it actually worked this time. Bye!